Hello, back to my channel. I'm All Things Wrestling, and today I'm going to be giving my comments, opinions, and the results of WWE Raw 26th of September 2016. We kick off the show with a rematch for the United States Championship between Roman Reigns and Rusev. I have a couple of complaints about this match. Let's get into them right now. First of all, the match went on for 30 minutes. 30 minutes of my life I will never get back for one of the most boring matches of my entire life. And then the worst thing about this is they ended it in a double count out, making the entire thing pointless, and you should have not even bothered doing it. Then they brawled after the match, and then Rusev got a chair out, got a couple of chair shots in, got into the ring, banged it on the canvas a couple of times. Roman Reigns dodged it, hit him with the spear, teased hitting him with the chair, sat on the chair, then hits him in the chair after. So yeah, that was the worst segment. I'd prefer promos, but that's just me. I want my 30 minutes of my life back. Then Mick Foley goes to the ring to address the best of 7 series. He calls both men out. They argue about who's stronger and who deserves a title shot. He says they're both right. They both will get a title shot together, and they will face the winners of the next match, which will be the New Day versus the Club for the titles again. So we're going to see Cesaro and Sheamus face off against the tag team champions. In that match, Kofi wins with Trouble in Paradise to Carl Anderson. Surprise, surprise there. This is just Clash of Champions 2.0, isn't it? Then we go to a backstage segment between Sheamus, Cesaro and Mick Foley. Mick's saying you stole the show last night and proved 7 matches wasn't enough. You couldn't put them out for another match because he risked losing one of them for good. He puts them together and says they could change the face of tag team wrestling. He says sometimes you put 2 people together and they create absolute magic. He wants to give them a chance to see how that magic works. He says everyone will enjoy to run along with you about it. To be fair, I've seen a few good tag teams that have been paired together and actually worked out very well. Rock and Sock Connection, Shannon Moore and Jimmy Wang Yang. They were actually a pretty good tag team. Yeah, quite a lot of tag teams have just Paul London, Brian Kendrick. Then we go on to a women's match. Bayley versus a local talent, Anna Fields. Anna Fields actually got quite a lot of offense in this match. It actually looked like a viable contender against Bayley. It's a good match. Bayley wins with the belly-to-belly suplex. Then we go to a backstage segment between Stephanie and Mick Foley. Mick says, I'm not happy about last night's main event finish, and you leave him with Triple H. And after he says, how did things go? And she went, good. Just made the situation worse. Stephanie says, what? Triple H was in the air last night and he just asked me how my show went. And I went, good. And to be fair, where were you controlling what happened last night? Mick said he was in the back checking on Cesaro and Sheamus. She went, yeah, but I didn't hire you for your health expertise. I hired you to be a businessman. She says, what you got to say for yourself? He says, he admits he was out of line and says, I want to continue in the role. She says, you need to prove your worth as a general manager. She mentioned that Seth Rollins will come out tonight, even though he is not medically clear. And Stephanie says, you've got to deal with the situation and be a businessman tonight. Then we go to a Cruiserweight division match. Cedric Alexander and Rich Swann versus Drew Gulak and Lacey Dondero. I don't know the names of these people. Either way, Rich Swann wins with a rich kick and then a bridge pin to one of them. I can't remember who. I think it was Drew. Alright match. I'm loving the Cruiserweight division. I'm loving how they make it look different and feel different to every other thing. It is good. Then we had Cesaro and Sheamus' first match, and they faced off against local talents Willis Williams and Nick Coulter. This was a quite good match. You had them tagging each other in and out when they weren't meant to be doing, and the finish was quite funny. Sheamus hit a bro kick to the one that wasn't legal and might do something better, and Cesaro's just staring at him, and then he just bro kicks the other guy, and then Cesaro gets the win. It was quite good. Then we had a TJ Perkins and Brian Kendrick backstage segment. Perkins is saying how he's been living the dream since 1998. Kendrick does come in and says Perkins owes him for his entire career. His title, it was revived for him. And then Kendrick says, go out there and enjoy Raw tonight while you can, because the next time they meet in the ring, Perkins will be waking up from his dream. We have also been announced that they are going to have their rematch next week on Raw. Wow, there's a lot going on next week's Raw. Then Charlotte comes out to celebrate with Dana. She mentioned how she successfully defended the Women's Championship again, proving why she's the queen of the WWE Women's Division. She defied the odds by beating two of the greatest talents today. That's the difference between her and her opponent. She doesn't walk the walk, talk the talk, she does walk the walk. Said she's not a huggable Bayley or the internet darling Sasha Banks. She's the moneymaker and the face of the division. Sasha Banks then comes down, says, slow your roll and check yourself. You may have retained the championship, but you didn't pin me to get it, so I want my rematch. And then she says she wants it right now. Charlotte says, yeah, you can have your rematch. Takes off her robe and went, next week. Laughs. And then Charlotte gets slapped by Sasha Banks, and then Dana gets a backstab and then a bank statement to Dana. Charlotte kicks Sasha Banks off, and then Sasha clears the entire ring of both of them, looking strong in the end. So we've got 2 title matches next week. Wow, you're really pulling out the stops, WWE, aren't you? Then we see Seth entering the arena. Then we had a Seth and Mick Foley backstage segment. Foley did ask how Rollins was doing backstage, and he's just like, nothing's going to stop me from interrupting the highlight reel. Foley says, it's not the time to do this, you're not clear. Rollins like, I saw Stephanie get into the limo last night. I'm not going to sit here and listen to Owens brag about what happened. And then Rollins like, I can see your lips moving, but all I hear is Stephanie words coming out of your mouth. And then he walks off. Then we had another cruiserweight match, TJ Perkins versus Tony Nese. Good match again. TJ Perkins won with the knee bar. Then we had the highlight reel. So first of all, Chris Jericho started off by addressing the social media video from the best friends, Ashton Kutcher and Danny Mattison, saying they're better friends. He's like, they're not better friends than us, and they did announce they're going to be live in LA next week. And Jericho often threatened to put them on the list. Then he's in the ring and he puts the cameraman on the list because he's on the wrong side. It was quite funny. Kevin Owens comes out and he's bragging about retaining his championship. And then Owens says Rollins may have been the most dangerous man in WWE, but last night he took the man out, and that makes Kevin Owens the most dangerous man in WWE. Then Seth Rollins comes out. Security and agents come out right behind him and stop him from getting down there. All while this is happening, Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho are mocking Seth Rollins. Reluctantly, by the end of it, he goes backstage, and then Enzo and Cass come out, and they're like, and then they did their usual promo things. How you doing? And then Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho answer, we were fine before you came out. And then weirdly, they were talking about the list, and then Chris Jericho said, like Santa, I'm going to come down there and sit on your lap to Big Cass. And then Jericho's like, no, I didn't say that. And Kevin Owens just like, doesn't matter, I'll come down there and punch you in the face. But we haven't got a match tonight. And she's like, yeah, I talked to Mick Foley, we're having a tag team match. They had a tag team match. It was alright, to be fair. Impromptu main events I do like. Kevin Owens won with a pop-up powerbomb to Enzo Amore. It was a very slow starting Raw, but ended kind of strong. I mean, the first hour was the worst thing in television history in the last decade. But what are you going to do? But yeah, overall, it was quite a good night of wrestling. I enjoyed it. Anyway, I'll catch you later.